Hi guys, I'm Ara Kanikan, VFX Supervisor at Rodeo for El Camino Breaking Bad. Today what I'm going to be showing you is one particular scene where we're revealing the compound. If anybody remembers the compound from the Breaking Bad series, it's basically the environment where Jesse Pinkman was held hostage towards the end. One big challenge with building a set like this in a digital set is that the location itself did not exist anymore. So we had to recreate it digitally. Just to show you the raw plate of what it looked like. So this is Jesse and Todd, and basically this was shot in the parking lot of the studio in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The good thing about Breaking Bad is it's so well documented. So in this case, we had satellite photos of the location where the compound was built. We had a lot of on-set photography from the art department of how they built it, where they built it, what materials they used, and the whole progress was documented with photos. So this is a good example of using a satellite imagery that was done during the Breaking Bad era. So it's an actual real satellite image of what that compound looks like. And then we obviously have the real references from the series itself. So here we have Todd here that's walking. It's one of the only wide shots we had from the series that was daylight, because the set was built on a deserted location. So they built specific little set pieces to it, and the environment itself was real. So what we ended up doing is using all of these as good references to see how it was built, where it was built, and what it looked like basically. Next up, we Onset. It was really about getting there, taking a lot of references, a lot of measurements to be able to recreate the lighting, recreate the mood, recreate the same type of vibe. Next up, we get into the construction. So when we build an asset like this that has all these buildings and all these different elements into it, so you have the buildings, you have structures, you have props, you have grass, rocks, the dirt on the ground, you have plants, you have trees. You literally have to build every single one of them and create variations out of them so you can just add them and populate an environment with it. And this is a very kind of funny example here of seeing this built of this little beige little house with all the damage from the Breaking Bad finale that was embedded in the textures. So we had to obviously remove them, since in El Camino, this section of the story happens before the final shootout. So once we have all the big pieces, the houses, the structures, all the grass elements, the trees, we start putting them together and assembling it the way that it's supposed to look like. And then starting to analyze how textures and the shaders react together. And then what we do is we basically take our two main references. So this is that high wide that we were showing you, and this is a nice little photo from production designers from the Breaking Bad season. And then it's really taking our asset, putting it into the shot, integrating it, and then comparing it with what it looks like in our main references. And then we start getting into the different shots. So this was kind of that first reveal where we see Jesse, he's opening up the gate, and we're seeing that very out of focus background behind him, which is all green screen and our digital environment. And then we kind of have fun, with the way that we position that asset into the background to make sure that we always see those recognizable landmarks into the shots, and even some nice little touches like replacing the reflections on his side mirror here to make sure that we see the typical New Mexico desert and mountains and cool looking skies. And then this is the shot again. So this is what it looked like in the end in the film on Netflix, the compound. And that's how we created the compound scene in El Camino Breaking Bad story, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the clip, and talk to you soon.